Before legends called him Dracula, before entire armies feared his name, there was a prince born in blood and war, a ruler so terrifying, even the Ottoman Empire feared crossing his lands. His name was Vlad the Impaler, and history would remember him as the real Dracula. In the 15th century, Wallachia stood between worlds, caught between Christian Europe and the unstoppable Ottoman Empire. To survive there meant becoming ruthless, and Vlad learned that lesson young. As a child, Vlad was taken hostage by the Ottoman Empire. There, he witnessed torture, executions, cruelty beyond imagination, and slowly, the boy changed. Fear disappeared. Something colder replaced it. Years later, Vlad returned home, but Wallachia had changed. His father was dead, his brother murdered, the throne stolen, and Vlad wanted revenge. Not justice, revenge. Then came the punishment that would make Vlad infamous forever. Impaling. Enemies, criminals, traitors, all left screaming upon wooden stakes. And soon, terror itself became Vlad's weapon. Soon, stories spread across Europe. Some called Vlad a monster. Others called him protector. But everyone agreed on one thing. If Dracula was coming, death followed. The Ottoman Empire expected obedience, tribute, submission, and from every ruler near its borders, fear. But Vlad Dracula refused. He would not kneel before the Sultan. Not now, not ever. The Sultan's envoys entered Vlad's court proudly, confident, untouchable. But when Vlad demanded they remove their turbans before him, they refused, saying their tradition forbade it. Vlad answered calmly, "Then I will help you keep your tradition forever." What happened next shocked even Europe. Vlad ordered the turbans nailed to the envoys' heads, a brutal message to the Ottoman Empire. Wallachia would never submit, and Vlad wanted the Sultan to understand that clearly. The Sultan answered with war. An enormous Ottoman army marched toward Wallachia, tens of thousands of soldiers, cavalry, archers, janissaries. Against them stood Vlad Dracula. In a land already drowning in fear, Vlad understood something important. He could not defeat the Ottomans in open battle, so he used terror. At night, his warriors struck from darkness, burning camps, killing silently, then vanishing before dawn. The Ottoman army stopped sleeping, because death could come at any moment. Soon, the Ottoman soldiers began whispering his name in fear. Dracula, not as prince, not as ruler, but as nightmare, because Vlad no longer fought like ordinary kings. He fought like terror itself. Still, the Ottoman Empire continued forward. Led by Sultan Mehmed II himself, the conqueror of Constantinople, one of the most powerful rulers on earth. And now he marched directly toward Vlad Dracula. The Ottomans once held Vlad hostage. They taught him cruelty, war, fear, and now the boy they once controlled had become something even they feared, a monster forged by empire itself. As the Ottoman army marched deeper into Wallachia, something felt wrong. Villages stood empty, fields abandoned. No birds, no voices, only silence. And the deeper they advanced, the darker the land became. Then the smell arrived. Rot, death, thousands of bodies left beneath the summer heat. Even veteran Ottoman soldiers began to fear what waited ahead, because Vlad Dracula was preparing something far worse than battle. And then they saw it. A forest, not of trees, but of bodies. Thousands upon thousands, impaled upon wooden stakes. Men, women, soldiers, all left staring toward the sky. A kingdom transformed into nightmare. Even Sultan Mehmed II, the conqueror of Constantinople, stopped in horror. He had seen war, massacres, empires fall, but nothing like this, because Vlad Dracula did not simply fight armies, he attacked the human mind itself. Vlad understood something terrifying. A frightened enemy is already half defeated. So instead of fighting the Ottoman Empire with numbers, he fought with fear. And fear spread faster than any army. The Ottomans could no longer sleep. Every shadow felt dangerous. Every forest felt alive. Every night, they feared Dracula would come from the darkness. And slowly, terror began destroying the army from within. Then Vlad attempted the impossible, a direct assassination attack against the Sultan himself. Under darkness, his cavalry stormed into the Ottoman camp. Chaos exploded everywhere. Fire, screams, steel in the dark. And for one terrifying moment, the Ottoman Empire nearly lost its ruler. By now, Vlad Dracula was no longer merely a ruler. He had become a living nightmare, a name whispered across Europe, a symbol of terror, and somewhere within the darkness, the legend of Dracula had begun. Soon, stories about Vlad spread across Europe. Travelers spoke of forests filled with the dead. Merchants whispered about a ruler who dined beside dying enemies. And with every retelling, the stories became darker, more terrifying, more immortal. To some, Vlad Dracula was a monster, a ruler drunk on cruelty. But to others, he was protector of Wallachia, the man who stood against the Ottoman Empire when few dared resist. And somewhere between hero and villain, Dracula became myth. Even the church feared the growing legend, because Vlad's name now carried something dangerous. Power beyond death? And across Europe, rumors began changing. No longer merely prince, no longer merely ruler. Something darker, something unnatural. But monsters rarely fall in battle. They fall through betrayal. Political allies turned against Vlad. Nobles abandoned him, and eventually Dracula was captured. Not by enemies from afar, but by the world around him. For years, Vlad disappeared into imprisonment. The feared ruler of Wallachia reduced to a prisoner. But even in chains, his legend continued growing, because fear does not die easily. Eventually, Vlad returned once more, older, harder, more feared than ever. But the world had changed, and so had fate, because even legends cannot outrun death forever. The exact details remain uncertain. Some say Vlad died in battle. Others believe he was assassinated. But sometime around 1476, Dracula vanished from the world. And yet, his story did not end. It evolved. Centuries later, writers transformed Vlad Dracula into something else entirely, a creature of the night, a vampire, immortal. But behind the myth, behind the horror stories, stood a real man, a prince forged by war, fear, and cruelty. Vlad the Impaler, The real Dracula